The HendrickCars.com pace car will head down to the pit lane. They'll come into the iRacing start zone. Field in the hands of Keelan Harvick. We're underway from Florence. Oh, and Harvick doesn't get going.
And that's so difficult to do here. Abrasive surface, you're just going from third to fourth gear. But I gotta say, amazing job by the rest of the field to react to that. That could have been a huge moment on the front straightaway. So tough there for Keelan going from third to fourth, but we're okay. We made it around to lap 1.
The outside of the front row, Dusty Garris is going to get the lead on lap 1, but he's under heavy fire from Connor Jones, who's looking for the lead in that 44. Oh, and turn 2, and Garris taking advantage of the lack of outside retaining wall off that corner.
And especially here in this pro late model race, again, when we get going for the late model stocks later, a little bit of contact already made between the 47 of Reif and Avedisian there in the 24 car, disagreeing over lanes. Again, you have so many options here at this racetrack to run the bottom, the middle, or the top. There's so many avenues that you can run here. And especially with these pro late models, the ST2 tire is a little bit harder than what we'll be running in the late model stock cars later on tonight. So the degree of saving may not be as much, but Avedisian picking up right where she left off at Anderson, a great save through 1 and 2.
Yeah, watching this, it looks like, you got a few cars that are trying to get to the front as quick as they can and wanting to ride, but man, it seems like they're going to be burning their tires up soon. And getting that sideways like Jay did there is a killer on those right rear tires.
Bid for the lead, Connor Jones on the back straightaway inside of Dusty Garris for the top spot. He's got the pass made off turn 4. Connor Jones to the point.
Around some of them, but you don't see many asphalt tracks like that. But you got a local guy that knows exactly where the edge is, as you see Keelan Harvick here working his way back forward.
Harvick trying to get around his Rackley Ward teammate Isaac Kitzmiller in the 25. After the hiccup on the start, Keelan fell to 5th. This would get him back to 4th. And then we've got Jade Avedisian trying to get back alongside that 25 car as well, and able to do so off turn 4.
We're struggling with. You can see Garris, man, anytime he gets back on throttle, that's when you can tell, especially off of turn 4, how loose he is. And that was something that a lot of drivers were battling throughout the course of the last couple of days. Especially even Keelan Harvick was listening in on their radio communications over the last several days, and that's one thing that even Keelan had mentioned so much this weekend was entry and exit just being free. You can see both of them kind of dancing around. They made a little contact there coming off of turn 4, and Garris, he knows how to make that middle lane work as good as it can, but man, he's using every bit of racetrack off it too.
Got a bit of a brush from Tyler Reif as he went by, thus the donut on the driver's door of the 22. Harvick also gave him a little scrape as he came past, and now the outside pole sitter is going to fall back to 5th.
His spotter is telling him that he is looking, and he's definitely pressuring him, obviously. But like I said, I haven't really raced the late model, but in your Cup cars, anytime you could get that left front fender out, it gives you more front turn into the inside. Keelan goes, and I feel like he's going to run Connor Jones down here.
Off of turn 4, Reif keeping the fight to him on the outside lane, and he'll try to have a bit of an edge here going into 1. Here's Harvick, though, trying to hook that bottom off turn 2. This is good stuff for 2nd.
I'm so impressed how these drivers can hit the bottom so well because the inside wall out there juts out a little bit. There's even been a couple of drivers. I was listening to Earnhardt's radio, and he thought he may have clipped that inside wall. You want to run so close down.
Right now, fending off Ware for this spot. This is for 6th. No, they did come together off 4.
I tell you what, Avedisian, especially if you weren't watching in qualifying earlier, she just got so loose, had a tremendous save. She did the same thing at Anderson a couple of weeks ago. She knows how to drive these cars sideways, and I think did a tremendous job to get the track position she needed, especially after a tough opening lap. She cranked a lot of front braking into the car, I'm sure, to try to help with that second lap to not be so loose.
And there's our caution.
So the first caution of the race, it is our competition yellow for the pro late models. We've gone straight clear and green from the start of this race. 40 laps in the books into the iRacing restart zone. Jones on the button. A little bit of wheel spin from Harvick in that top lane, but he's right with Jones for the lead in 1.
Yeah, a lot better start there. I know Keelan wanted to make sure he nailed that after that first one.
Oh, trouble. Dusty Garris is around, and the points leader, Ben Mayer, may have gotten caught up in it. Avidissian's involved, and the number 62 of Rodney Dowlis, as Ben Mayer is coming back from the farmland in turn 4.
And several cars that came down for adjustments are involved in this one, and that's the primary contact right there. Ben Mayer in the 6, Dusty Garrison the 22. Avidissian tried to slow down.
Connor Jones, topside on the 44 into the iRacing restart zone. Harvick, though, with a good launch on the bottom. That's probably the best restart that 62's had all night. Jones with a launch off turn 2.
And this is where that high side's trying to pay off for Connor Jones, trying to keep that momentum up. But Keelan is still there. Kitzmiller, same thing, side by side for third behind him, is trying to keep up. But Connor Jones set the pace in this early portion of the race. We'll see how much tire he has left to try and battle Keelan Harvick right now. But it seems so far so good here as we, just 8 or 9 laps away from the halfway point.
Yeah, you got Keelan as Connor Jones clears him.
Connor Jones took the iRacing halfway award. Keelan Harvick has decided to turn up the heat in the battle for the lead again. This time drawing further ahead of the 44. Off turn 4, bit of a slide by Harvick there. Jones defends the spot, and Tyler Reif is lurking in third.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see as we get down later to this race. You know, right before that caution there, you had the top 4 all closed in, nose to tail, and I feel like Reif and Kitzmiller are just kind of hanging out, watching these two battle it out and see if they kind of pounce in, later in this race.
Kitzmiller's proven before he can have a late race charge on some of these rough and abrasive racetracks. He was able to make that work for a runner-up finish not that long ago. As Harvick continues to be committed to the bottom of the racetrack, Jones continues to be married to the top, and he's been able to pull that run off turn 4 lap after lap. 45 to go next time around. Should the race stay green, we'll see the next caution with 20 to go.
Jones doing a good job right now, kind of straight lining that entry right now, running what they call here at Florence Motor Speedway the Glinsky line out there at this part of the racetrack. But Keelan doing a great job as well. You can see how different they enter the corner. Keelan, again, just so close to hitting that inside retaining wall. Jones keeping up all that momentum, which again, you're not able to carry quite as much in these Pro Late models because of the rotation, the fact that they're lighter, straight rail chassis, they carry way more momentum through the center of the corner, so that outside line, you're probably not going to be able to get as much momentum because they're in the chip so much earlier down the straightaway. But this is the best run Keelan has had here these last couple of laps. If he can have a really good 3 and 4 like he's put together these last couple of laps, he might be able to grab the lead from Connor Jones.
Harvick starts to surge forward just a little bit. He has the lead there by a half a car length. Now can he get the edge on the other end of the racetrack? Turns 1 and 2. Jones trying to pull the top side here off turn 2. Harvick runs him all the way to the grass line on the back straightaway and cements the lead in 3. To the approval of the crowd on the front straightaway, Keelan Harvick to the point.
Competition caution coming up. And Kitzmiller, he wanted that spot, but he's going to come up just shy of it. Caution's out.
Third caution of the race. Second one due to it being a competition yellow after 40 consecutive green flag laps. Harvick leads us to the iRacing restart zone, and Connor Jones is on his door.
You mentioned restarts being difficult for Keelan Harvick. He had a great restart right there, but so did Connor Jones. Tyler Reif, he also had some good momentum off of turn 2.
We're about to see how strong Keelan's car is here. It took him forever to get the lead earlier. Not this time. He definitely was saving a little bit there, trying to pass Connor that last run.
Kitzmiller trying to make the bottom work on Reif, and Reif is really hell-bent on making the top lane work off of turn 2. He certainly is back in front of Kitzmiller, who gets a great run in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Both cars slided up off the 4th turn.
When they start pushing, they use every bit of racetrack here, and that's why this race can be so difficult, because you're pacing yourself and you're trying to work on your tires and everything. And then when it's 20 to go, there is no time for saving. It's time to go, and you got to have confidence in what you have and what you've been able to save throughout the entire race. And right now, Keelan Harvick has that, picking up nearly 0.4 of a second faster than what we were running before that caution came out.
1 lap to go for Keelan Harvick. 1 week ago, celebrated his second Cars Tour West victory at Colorado National. From west to east, Keelan Harvick is on a roll. Checkered flag and second Cars Tour Pro Late Model win for Keelan Harvick, who gets it done at Florence.